Hello, everyone, and welcome to Shoots and Swerves. I am your host, as well as my buddy Jonathan at Bad Guy Wrestling. It's Chris Cortez at Channel Cortez 33. Jonathan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Can't complain. It's Friday, first night of the long Labor Day weekend. Looking forward to it.
Yep. This weekend is another pay-per-view.
That's right. How was your day today? I gotta ask.
You know, it was okay. I did some lawn work. How was your day?
Did you use the driver lawn or like the mower lawn? I'm just curious. Electronic lawn mower?
No, I had to push this thing. It's an electric mower, so battery powered, but
does it have any kind of oomph to it on its own?
No.
Or you have to push this thing. So you're interested in getting a new lawnmower?
Eventually, yes.
Eventually, yeah.
One of those little robotic Roomba-like ones that, you just let it go do its thing.
Yeah. I think my only idea of lawn work at this point with our patios, I have to brush it with a big-ass broom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's probably too much.
And mulch work.
They need like a Roomba for that, too.
It's a real decision to go with a big lawn. There's obviously benefits and cons to both sides. So we are here to talk about lawn work and the Ring of Honor, the Ring of Honor tag titles, the Ring of Honor television titles. We're talking about 2023 is All Out, okay? 1 week after that huge Wembley Stadium pay-per-view with 82,000 plus. Yes, all in. And now we're going about
all out.
Now we're going all out. I mean, you pointed it out. We were talking about this. You kind of call it it's like a backlash to their WrestleMania, right?
It's kind of how it feels.
That's what it feels like.
It's 1 week later.
It's 1 week later. It's going to be fun. That's just initial thoughts. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be cool. But your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the card's actually better than it looked a week ago. So
good. Yeah, I saw that too. Yes, it does look better than it was a week ago. So, but yeah, I mean, do you think it could have used maybe a couple more, maybe one more week in between?
I mean, I think so, of course, but I don't know.
There's a lot of wrestling content being pumped out. On top of that, we're over here trying to pump it out. Speaking of wrestling content, guys, make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button at Channel Cortez 33. You can also go to at Bad Guy Wrestling.
Hit the like button,
hit the subscribe.
Don't
we're also on Instagram.
Don't do it.
They got to do it. You got to do it. I mean,
do it for him, not for me. Don't do it.
No, you got to do it for both of us. That's why I meant yes. Yes, do it for us. But I was going to say,
don't like and subscribe for more.
It's a lot of content. I mean, that's why I focused on. I got New Japan next week. Okay, Road to Destruction. It's going to get intense. I'm going to talk about that. And then we got Destruction. There's some good matches that are going to take place. That it's going to push the story where we left off from G1 Climax. So there's that. I got to focus on that. But we got this all in. Not to mention tonight, there's a Friday Night SmackDown going on too.
Yeah, it's going on now, and then there's going to be Rampage as well.
Yeah. That's the Eliminator, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Oh, the Tag Team Battle Royal, right? They got something going on there. I don't.
Yeah, there's always something going on there.
There's always something going on. Let's be real here. John Cena's supposed to make his appearance at Friday Night SmackDown.
He did. I saw the Instagram clip on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So him and Jay or Jimmy it's Jey. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or got into a little something.
Okay, I'll watch it. Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it. So yeah, but we're here to talk, or at least focus on this card coming up on Sunday night. So let's take a look at this card. Okay. It's going to take place, September 3rd, and it's supposed to be Chicago, correct?
Yep. And Collision tomorrow is also in Chicago, I believe.
That'll be fun to watch. Is there anything in particular that we should mention about Collision right now? Not that you can think of? Me neither. So.
Not really. I mean, I'm not even... Rampage is going on right now, so I don't even know what's going on with that. So
exactly. Unless you were there, But this is 9 matches right now on the card. It's saying it's card subject to change. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But let's take a look at some of these matches because some of them we are interested. We're definitely invested. We got Luchasaurus as the TNT champion with Christian Cage, the real TNT champion, versus Darby Allin. What do you think?
Yeah, Luchasaurus versus Darby Allin. And I mean, initial thoughts is like these aren't really even like going to be like Collision guys, anyways. So I don't think either one of these two guys are in Collision, so it might not even matter. But
that won't matter,
yeah, or at least some of these guys. A few are, but not all of them at all, really. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe the last pay-per-view had more of the other guys besides like CM Punk. And
yeah,
I don't know. I will ask the guys in the back to run the stats on that to see, but sorry. Initial thoughts.
It's Friday night.
I've grown to respect Darby Allin recently. Like,
oh yeah,
I think any match with him is probably going to be legit.
I love it. Yeah, every match I watch with Darby, I can enjoy and not feel like I'm just sitting here watching wrestling for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could show off Darby to anybody and be like, "Yo, check this guy out. Just shut up and check this guy out."
Yeah, I don't think he's ever going to be like a world champion, but he's entertaining.
Maybe one day down the road we'll have a Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle / Randy Orton match, and he'll steal it for a week. Maybe
when they get their equivalent of like the Miz or something as the AEW Miz on there
after a Royal Rumble where he comes out with Triple H, being the 1 and 2 entries.
And it wasn't there already the joke that MJF is just, remember the or the something about the Miz comparison?
Yeah, he's a watered down. He's just like a less popular Miz, right?
Oh no! So does that mean then that MJF is going to drop the title then?
That could happen. Followed by John Cena picking it up. I don't know.
Yeah. No. Yeah,
you tell
exactly.
Me. This is.
Well, I meant just like when Darby Allin beats MJF, that'd be like the equivalent of Rey Mysterio winning the title from
The Miz.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Man. Oh, and then Randy Orton would cash. Okay, I got mixed up. Yes, and then followed by a cash in.
Yeah.
By someone who would be that.
I don't know, but I think we should be writing this because this is probably the best stuff that's ever been written.
This is like parallel universe of
exactly.
WWE. This is AEW. Now, Luchasaurus, no. This is an alternative. Luchasaurus, I think, is going to win. Just because.
And he's going to have help. I mean, Christian Cage is going to be somewhere in the match.
And it might even piss off. I feel like the story just started with Luchasaurus and Christian Cage. So, I feel like, here you go. Well, we'll throw in a little prediction. Christian Cage will get involved. Might even piss Luchasaurus off in some sort of way, maybe because he doesn't do everything he's supposed to do, or he does something for his own benefit, or he just gets a little too orderly, just a little too bossy on it. And Luchasaurus maybe gives a little glance like, who's this guy think he is? I am the champion. But anyways, pushing the story. This match is just pushing that story where eventually we got to see Luchasaurus lose his shit on Christian Cage.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't think we're there yet, but
we're not there.
I like it.
Yeah.
My thoughts would be probably for this. Christian Cage comes out, interferes in the match, right?
Yep.
Then the ref gets knocked out or something, and then they're both going to do in the ring together. But then Sting comes out, right? Sting comes out, lights go out or whatever. He comes down with the bat. And he chases Christian out of the ring or something. Then, it feels like you get the false finish of.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I think Luchasaurus walks out. You're right. The story is not done yet. But I think because of all the distractions and all that kind of stuff, he eventually messes up and Luchasaurus, hits his
capitalizes.
Finisher. Yep.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
I mean, that's standard wrestling 101, right?
Standard wrestling 101 right there. Yeah. That's a story. That's a storyline. That's in the ring type storyline where you see kind of the, yes, there's a bunch of bullshit, but it breaks down. It comes down to the two guys in the ring, one false move by the face, and you got a monster heel that'll capitalize on that and just close it out.
Yeah, and it's a big guy, quite a big guy versus a little guy.
He's a monster heel. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
big time. So there's that. Then you got, this is where things get really like open, like up in the air. You got Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? I mean, I'm thinking, honestly, I think if anyone could win against Miro right now, it would be Hobbs.
Yeah.
He's kind of been in MIA for a while. I'm not saying that Miro, more than likely won't win, but I'm kind of curious as to, if AEW tries to pull the trigger, raise some eyebrows, and get everybody like, a little bit, turn some heads on Powerhouse Hobbs. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know if Miro really needs a push right now, but compared to Powerhouse Hobbs, I mean, he was TNT champion earlier this year.
Yeah.
Drops off the face of the earth almost.
Yeah.
Barely has a title run.
Right.
Miro does need like some consistency.
You're absolutely right. Miro does need some consistency because he's also kind of been on like, I don't know, like cruising. And he kind of needs like direction as to where he's going. If he wins, maybe that sets him up for a title, like a title shot.
Yeah.
But if he loses, maybe he has to kind of reconsider what's going on and kind of, again, it's a story. But Hobbs has been kind of beaten to the ground. So, not to say he's been buried, but he's really been on the outs. So I think the win should go to Hobbs. And that's just where I'm thinking.
Yeah, storyline wise, but I'm pretty sure. But if I'm putting my prediction, it's Miro wins, even after all of that. That's
good. You're going to go with Miro. Objectively speaking, I'd go with Miro, but I'm going to go crazy and go on Hobbs. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, all about it. I mean, I think the person that could use some real. I mean, look at his physique. I mean, how is this dude like? I don't know. AEW just they don't really like these big muscle guys like him and Brian Cage and even Wardlow to an extent. I mean,
sounds like we're both on the same page. Yes. Like we want Hobbs. It sounds like we want Hobbs to win, but objectively Miro will win.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
There's no way that Miro loses this. I mean, I'd like to be, but nah, don't see it.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Chris Statlander versus Ruby Soho, singles match for the AEW TBS Championship. I'm going with Soho.
Really? Okay.
I'm going with Soho. I think I think Soho needs. I could be totally off. Statlander's been kind of. I haven't seen her do anything with that title really. Maybe because she hasn't been on TV, or I've missed something. But
yeah, I mean, she's mostly on like Rampage and stuff like that. The TBS title pretty much stays over there.
Mm-hmm.
Not always, but like it's kind of like the secondary women's title, of course.
Yeah, it's like it's the mid card title.
Yeah,
it's the workhorse title.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of the TNT Championship on the other side.
So, what do you think?
I think, man, this is hard. I cannot remember offhand. What show is Ruby Soho on?
Soho. See, that's a good question. Like, I don't know, because Soho's outcast. She kind of float. I mean, I definitely see her. I've seen her on Dynamite. Soho is kind of like she's kind of floating, especially now that you got Tony Storm and Saraya, dealing with what they're dealing with. Tony Storm, based on what I'm seeing here, people are loving Tony Storm and her gimmick, which I'm still not sold on, but she's got direction. She's getting more TV time. So whereas Soho is kind of like she's kind of in the middle. So she doesn't really have a place.
She's the third wheel for sure.
She's the third wheel. If she gets the title, that gives her more momentum to kind of give her a place. And two, I don't know. I feel like she's the one that needs her own faction. That's just me. But
yeah, and if she holds the title, then she can run the faction herself.
That's right. She ran a faction in NXT. She could have damn well taken that faction. She took it to WWE. She took it to the main roster.
Yeah, and one of those people from the faction is now like one of the main people. Right?
Is it Liv Morgan?
Yeah, wasn't Liv Morgan part of that faction?
I believe so. Yeah, Liv Morgan. Yes, I was going to say Liv Morgan. She looks a lot different now than her gimmick was a lot different. Yeah. And then you got what's it called? She's now with the Viking Raiders. She goes by
Valhalla.
But her original name was
I cannot remember.
I can't bring this up right now, but
it was never really like a big stable to me.
It wasn't a big stable. It was kind of like a B stable, but she was definitely the clear-cut leader, and she knows how to lead. I mean, she's got what it takes to like lead a faction.
Yeah, and she's a much better heel than she is a face.
I think she'd make a perfect TBS champion too. She's a workhorse.
She is. You know? She would be good for that. Now, do I think she wins? No, I don't think she wins.
Okay, you're going with Statlander. You think Statlander's still got something to go, and that makes sense. I could see that too. I think the safer bet is Statlander.
I think there's going to be some sort of involvement with the feud between, Saraya and Toni Storm. I think that's going to come somehow interfere with this and either break up the faction for good in the next couple of weeks, or maybe she aligns with the side. Maybe she gets an assist from Toni Storm or something.
Do you think she gets involved? Do you think someone from the Outcast gets involved, or perhaps do you think something goes on backstage that throws Soho off? So when she's in the match with Statlander, she's not focused.
Yeah, something to one of those effects. My guess would be, she strikes a deal with one of the members. I'm thinking Toni Storm or something, and then Toni Storm comes out, interferes in the match. She's able to pick up the win through interference. And then maybe even after that, Saraya comes out and confronts Toni Storm or something.
Oh,
yeah,
like a kind of pawn or like yeah.
And then Toni and Ruby then basically come out with their arrangement and they jump Saraya or something.
Oh, there you go. All right, I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
I like to see it go through something. Yeah, because I feel like Toni Storm is kind of, I don't know. I'm not sold on the gimmick. Like, yeah, she looks great. She looks the part, but like, she's kind of coming off to me like this victim who's like, oh my God. And like, people are just like comparing her to a kind of like a Karen, like a Chelsea Green, but not so much. And I'm like, how is that? My question. Okay. First of all, Chelsea Green is like a strong Karen that constantly is complaining and is like aggressive about it.
She really does.
Storm is coming off like a damsel in distress. How is that aggressive? How is that being a wrestler? How is that going to make her, unless she is some sort of like, Jezebel, like she's she's got
to be two-faced.
She's two-faced. She's methodical. She's actually like doing things like you just said with Ruby Soho, where she's making moves and she's acting like she's like all damsel in distress. That makes more sense, but I haven't seen it yet. So I got to see it. Saraya's my friend. Like, well, I don't know why she's doing this, but then, meanwhile, she's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do something with Soho to turn her against Saraya. That would make sense.
Yeah, maybe Saraya comes out and is like even like gesturing like, I know Toni and I have beef, but I'm here to celebrate for you or something. And then like
that makes a lot of sense.
Turn right
here we go. So here's a good like backstage promo. You got Saraya or Toni Storm rather coming up to Saraya and being like, look, I know we've got problems, but we need to show support to Ruby Soho, who's going up against Statlander.
Yeah.
Let's show the support. And Saraya's like, all right, I don't give a damn about you, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and show support to Soho. Meanwhile, you got Storm also like whispering in the ear of Soho, talking about Saraya is, I don't know about you, but I think she's like a little too fixated on her own title victory. And now she doesn't give a shit about us. Go ahead and marinate on that. There you go.
Yeah.
Gets them ball in motion. I hope that's it, because otherwise I'm like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, and I think that sets up for the future too. So, Ruby Soho has a championship, but then the next, I don't even know when's the next pay-per-view is, like November or something like that.
I hope so.
You're going to have
later.
and you're going to have obviously Toni Storm and Saraya, I think. But then again, they're not WWE. They don't have a pay-per-view every month, and they do have championship matches on like Collision or Dynamite. But I think it sets it up so that you could have a belt in the stable and a challenger for the World Championship
definitely
at the same time.
You're going to see Storm versus Saraya. You're probably going to see Soho versus Saraya.
So it still keeps Toni Storm in the main event, which is cool. I mean, it still has her all the way up there and Saraya all the way up there. And then you have a secondary he makes it legitimate with Ruby Soho having that belt.
And looking back, yes, I mean, I was listening in on some reasons as to why Shida had the title. That makes sense. The reason why I think Shida had a title, in addition to what we talked about with Saraya winning that title, beating Shida, it also allows for Storm to have this feud with Saraya. If it was Storm that had the title, Saraya would have beaten her for the title.
Yep.
You get maybe one more rematch and you're done. Now we got Storm, who hasn't faced Saraya, who's gunning for the title that she lost. She's trying to get it back. We got a whole feud storyline between all three of them. So that's good.
Yeah. And we can extend this out for a while as well. Yeah.
Interesting enough. This is like probably one of the most what's the word I'm looking for? Just like, interesting, like one of the most interesting or I want to say like getting me invested type of match that we have on this card.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe perhaps one of the most engrossing matches of this whole card. Interesting enough, Orange Cassidy, and it's on the third. It's the third match. The card is what I'm looking at. That's why it's so interesting to me. Because like this match seems like it's just another match, but it's actually pretty heavily weighted. So yeah. Anywho, Orange Cassidy, Jon Moxley. Here we go. This is another one that we're very much invested in. It's singles match for the AEW International title. It was going to happen. Sure enough, here it is.
Yeah, I mean, first reaction is, Moxley's going to whoop Orange Cassidy's ass, but I think that's the trick here.
Yeah. There's really no... I think it's going to get hardcore. It's going to get crazy. It doesn't matter what type of match it is. It's Moxley. He's going to do some crazy stuff, and the ref's going to have to kind of let things ride, and Cassidy's going to lose.
Blackpool Combat Club is definitely going to try to interfere into it. There's best friends. They might be able to block some of it, blah, 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 all that. But I don't think interference determines the ending on this one. I think it'll be maybe 3/4 of the way through, and then they'll still have another couple crazy ass things that they do, so that negates it all. And then Moxley just finally does more punishment than Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, he's going to overpower him. He's just going to brutalize him. We're going to bring up this Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata versus Blackpool Combat Club and Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. That it's posted as the 9th match, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the main event. If it's the main event, that'd be very interesting to see if the Blackpool Combat Club's going to win and they're just going to kill everybody. They're going to own this show. So I think I would see Moxley and Cassidy after this match. Anyways.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I feel like it really depends on the placement of these matches because I do see Blackpool Combat Club winning. So Shibata's very, very well received, like in the Ring of Honor world, in the New Japan world. And of course, everybody loves Kingston. I mean, so this is a very curious match.
I could see this being the first match.
I could see this being a no contest.
To be trying to be disrespectful to it. I think this could be an exciting first match.
It would be. It would be an exciting first match, and it would take nothing away from him because it'd get everybody fired up. Kingston's a great opener.
Yeah.
I loved it when he would open the shows at Dynamite. He would do it quite frequently, and I loved it. I could see this going either a no contest or honestly, I think I could see Kingston and Shibata winning. I don't know. Like the unlikely duo winning this, the underdogs. But then again, they just recently won at All In, so maybe it's time for the BBC to win, the BCC to win.
It could be. I could see them. I could see Blackpool Combat Club losing this, and then Jon Moxley winning his match later.
Okay, so I definitely see Moxley winning as well. So yeah, that makes sense. Kingston and Shibata will win.
Kingston, I mean, Shibata's throw it out. It doesn't matter if he wins or lose for anything. Kingston could probably use a win.
Yeah,
But you never know. I mean, the safe bet is Blackpool Combat Club.
Safe bet is, yeah. We're gonna be seesawing the whole night. We could do this for the whole hour, but we'll say that yes, I think
I'm going on Eddie Kingston then. Eddie Kingston and Shibata. That's my
Kingston
pick.
Shibata. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a close call. It's gonna be a very, very close call. So I'll go against you. I'm gonna go with Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. That's
good.
It.
Somebody's gonna win then.
Somebody's gonna win. Somebody's gonna win. And Moxley, we're definitely on the same page with that. He's gonna win that title.
It's gonna be brutal.
Here's another one that is like going to be brutal. 1 and 2, it's going to be very up in the air. You got Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita with Don Callis. What do you think?
I think this is legitimately could be the main event.
This could be the main event. Yes.
If MJF match. And Adam Cole aren't the main event,
right,
I could see this being the main event.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of the card on Wikipedia. I'm just looking at the card straight up. I don't care. But
it doesn't matter for that though. But I mean, this is one of the most interesting matches, just storyline wise, because of the big win that Takeshita got, at All In, and Kenny Omega should win the match, but I mean, you have this rising star here, and if the storyline, if he beats Kenny Omega, then what does that mean about Omega? And I don't know.
What does it mean about Takeshita?
Oh, that's the whole point. Is like
he's going to probably have a match with MJF.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
that would make sense.
He's not winning legit.
He's not winning legit. That much we know.
Yeah.
Omega
Omega wins the match if there's no interference or cheating or anything like that. Kenny Omega wins the match.
The way you put it, I'm thinking Takeshita's going to win, even though he was the one that rolls up Omega. I feel like Omega is going to win it, and it's just going to be a clean win, and it's going to be like, okay, Omega's still saving face from. Again, I'm thinking of this whole card like in retrospect of All In. Mm-hmm. So everything that happened in All In, I got to take into account to some extent. Kenny Omega got rolled up. He's got to have his revenge win.
Yeah.
Or Takeshita is going to keep going with this, and we save this thing for later. And we have a real feud match after maybe Takeshita takes on MJF, after, Kenny Omega maybe, I don't know, has another, like something else going on, another, program with somebody else. But in the end, these two are going to have a match where Kenny Omega defeats Takeshita.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know if it's it.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's the Sunday.
This might not be it. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Takeshita.
Yeah, me too.
Get crazy. Yeah. Okay, we're going to get crazy over here.
Because I do not think it's going to be a clean one-on-one. Don Callis, where's Don Callis involved in this match?
Yeah. Here's a more easier one to predict, I think. Okay. Bullet Club Gold, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, Jay White, Juice Robinson versus FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, Young Bucks, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is a feel-good match.
This is a feel-good match. Thank you. Bullet Club already got their winning all in for one. What's going to happen is, of course, FTR and Young Bucks are going to win. Then they're going to shake hands because they're going to, bury the hatchet after what they took place. Because I don't know if you saw. So I saw Dynamite last. I think I saw it last night. A day after, and they were about to shake hands. They'd be like, "Look, we were kind of in the moment. Our emotions were high." But we want to go ahead and shake your hand. And of course, a Bullet Club Gold comes in and interrupts all that. So they want it to be in Chicago. They want to get a handshake. They want to have like a resolution between these two tag teams. That's all it is.
Definitely for sure.
So there you go.
And just really the shaking hand also represents like, all right, we're done having matches for a while. So
a long time. Yeah. Maybe for a very, very long time. Yes.
We're not we're not doing the who's the best in the world storyline anymore, even though it was still the Usos, but but yeah. So I'm on the same page. FTR Young Bucks win over Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah. Moving forward. Now I'm looking at this match and I'm just thinking the more I look at it, like I had to do a double take here because I was like, really? They're facing them. You tell me if I'm wrong. Adam Cole and MJF, better than you, Bay Bay, versus the Dark Order and Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Is this for real?
So that's the problem.
That's not a main event. I'm sorry.
That's the problem. Dark Order just That's not good.
So it really is going to be either Kenny Omega versus Takeshita, or it's going to be, it could be Eddie. I mean, it could be a number of other things. I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be Adam Cole and MJF versus the Dark Order. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe they get crazy and maybe they're like, oh yeah, let's give it to John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Let's let them cap off the night because we love them and we just want to give them. I don't think so.
No.
No.
This is the biggest match they've ever been involved in.
Now, who's going to win this one? You think it's going to be some crazy ass finish? No.
I think we just missed something from. I have a feeling that this is something that is going on because of Rampage.
It's going on right now as we speak. Some crazy ass thing is going on in Rampage. So I'm just going to chalk it up. This is why, it's not so great to have a taped show.
I think it was the Battle Royal.
Yeah. This is why yes. So it's a Battle Royal that had a screwy feel good finish. And now you got this going on. This is not good.
This is like feeding they're just feeding them an easy first win. Like you went through this huge storyline. Here you go.
They're giving John Silver and Alex Reynolds a nice little payday, giving them some exposure, but they're going to drop to Adam. Yes, they're keeping the story going.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this might help them out, Dark Order, just to get them, like you're saying, a little bit more notoriety. Maybe they can really showcase like the going back to the Dark Order roots, the aggressiveness stuff, like on a big stage here. Maybe they even take them to their limits, but they're not winning.
You're right. They're going to have a good match. They can always have I love John Silver. They can work. They can do everything they need to do in the ring, and they can have a good match. But yeah, it's not gonna end with them winning the ROH titles at this point. I would love it if it'd be great. I mean, in an ideal world. Fortunately, that's not the case. We'd have a Dark Order new leader just make him present himself or herself and put order to the Dark Order, no pun intended, and get this thing going. Give them something to actually sink their teeth into. But I just don't know when they're going to plan on doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a main event.
Yeah,
because of MJF and Adam Cole, but man, I could still technically see it being the main event, but that's a stretch.
If it is, they're trying to give the Dark Order a nice little payday. Give them, and that's fine. I
could see it being the second to last match.
Okay, Eddie Kingston and Shibata. They're placed at the end, so maybe that is the main event with the Blackpool Combat Club. But here's another match that I'm really curious about. This is the last match that we need to talk about, and it's the one that might have the most weight. It's for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. It's Samoa Joe versus Shane Taylor.
Yeah, but this is not a Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
It's sure starting to feel like it, Jonathan.
Oh, definitely. But
you got how many Ring of Honor titles? I'm waiting for Athena to get out there and wrestle. You got like a bunch of Ring of Honor titles being defended here. Okay.
Yeah.
And they look like they're at the bottom of the card too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is starting to feel like a Ring of Honor pay-per-view for crying out loud. Samoa Joe versus Shane Taylor. Shane Taylor, not too familiar with him. I had to watch some stuff on him to go back.
Know. He's not winning.
You don't think Shane Taylor's going to win? I'll tell you what. I'm kind of with you on that because
I don't know him, but he's not winning.
Here's the thing. Joe might. Here's the thing. I love Joe, and I want Joe. What I want is for Joe to get to let go of that title so he can stay on the main roster, stay with Dynamite. It's not like he's not on it anyways, but keep him in Dynamite. Let him have him fight for AEW titles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That's all I'm saying. So if he's going to lose, great, because he needs to get out of this, this part of their big promotion, their world, their universe. This promotion he needs to step away from. He's done everything he needs to do. Now Shane Taylor, here we go. Former television champion. The guy is a pretty big dude. He's athletic, former boxer. Okay. Former football player, college football player. I mean, the guy's got a lot going on in his history, and he's got a mean right hook. Okay. He can, you'll see his strikes are intense, and he's got, he can headbutt, he can do Uranagi's. I mean, like he's a big dude. He's a big dude, and he's not that fast. Joe's a big dude. Joe's faster. unless now as I watched some of his earlier stuff in like 2019, like we're talking 4 years ago. Then I started watching some more of his stuff. I think he's getting a little bit faster, a little bit leaner. So maybe he's going to be as fast as Joe. But as far as I'm concerned, Joe is just kind of is kind of got him beat in every which way. But if he wins, I'm going to be like, okay, because Joe's going to go to AEW. He needs to focus on AEW. So that's all I'm saying. He might hit him with the headbutts. He might hit him with the strikes. And he might hit him with that finisher, the Marcus Garvey driver is what it's called. Marcus Garvey driver. You know who Marcus Garvey is, Jonathan? You know anything about Marcus Garvey?
No, I don't know Marcus Garvey.
Oh man, yes. It's good, interesting backstory to Marcus Garvey. That's political, government, historical, all kinds of stuff going on with Marcus Garvey.
You're gonna have to write
I like that
down
name, I'll tell you.
And,
yes.
Research this.
Yes, go back and research it. For all of you that are, might be like familiar with some good Ralph Ellison, for instance. Definitely there's some Marcus Garvey connotations. And, well, there's a Marcus Garvey character in Invisible Man that represents the Marcus Garvey character, who is kind of like rises up with a kind of activism sort of for the African-American community. It's very interesting
political
stuff.
Activist, huh?
Political activist stuff, yes. Very interesting stuff. So we're going to get sophisticated with your asses, all right? Now, look.
Yeah, I mean, you probably learned this from wrestling storylines.
Of course. Anyway. Yeah, well, I learned this all from wrestling, yes.
Yeah. Just some small promotion you've never heard of.
Right. That's right. Exactly. Yeah, no, you just hear about this stuff in TV shows and like Jim Cornette podcasts. That's all.
Yeah. For Edgar Allan Poe Championship Wrestling or something.
There you go. Edgar Allan, EAP. The EAP.
The EAPW.
The EAPW.
EAPW.
EAPW. Right?
EAP. EAP.
There you go. Edgar Allan Poe. Could you imagine Edgar Allan Poe wrestling or like a Shakespeare wrestling?
Yeah. And like thespian wrestling.
Thespian wrestling. Yes, we get this is now sounding more like a
thespian championship wrestling.
A South Park episode.
Oh, definitely. I mean, they went more low class and we're going high class.
Vince McMahon has this said, we'll see how they do in the second act.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? You've sold me.
You boys are fine wrestlers, but you do not share the same kind of passion as this gentleman. We're going to get you on stage immediately.
For sure.
I love it. Okay. So
you've sold me. I'm changing. I like your take.
What I'm not sold is that Shane Taylor will win this. I think maybe Joe has a little more going on with that title reign, and then he's going to drop it. But
honestly, I forgot he was even the champion because I don't watch Ring of Honor.
Maybe it's time for him to drop it.
Yeah,
so, I'm going to flip a coin on this one. I'm going to flip a coin on this one and just like go with whoever like lands on heads because that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, you sold me. I want to see more Samoa Joe. And
yeah,
I don't care about Ring of Honor until there's something to care about. Yeah,
there's a lot to you know what the problem is that they don't put. Okay, this is another reason why AEW needs to hurry up and just get a network, right?
Yeah, my wallet first of all.
For my wallet one, you give me a network and I'll watch Ring of Honor pay-per-views and all that good stuff whenever you need me to. You have yourself an NXT like promotion. You have a gold brand. You have a third brand with Ring of Honor. You got Collision. You got AEW. You got Dynamite.
Actually, I'm probably more likely to watch Ring of Honor than I am to watch NXT.
Oh, at this point, definitely. This point, definitely. I'm more likely to watch TNT. I'm more likely to watch Impact than NXT at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
Give me a network. I hhope it's in the works. Those of you that are in the comment section, let me know. Is AEW ready to pull the trigger and launch the network or what? And then I got some guy coming in and be like, yeah, no, they're still making enough money on the pay-per-views, but that's going to run out sooner or later. Now, have you heard any talks about WWE going back to pay-per-view form?
No, I haven't.
Like for big events?
No, I've never heard that. Are they not doing well?
Some rumors. It's not that they're not doing well. It's that they think that they can make more money that way and capitalize on like certain pay-per-views where like they'll give everybody like the smaller pay-per-views, but then they're going to be like, okay, $50 for WrestleMania or $50 for the Royal Rumble. Like, God forbid that happens.
Damn it.
I mean, companies are already starting to do this stuff. It sucks. It sucks. They're trying to take our money. Sooner or later, I'm going to be like, look, I'm cutting the cord on all of y'all.
Yeah. I mean, it's nah.
Nah.
It sucks.
Nah. No, you know what, Jonathan? Sooner or later, we're going to go back to Hooters. Okay. For real. We're going to go back to free pay-per-views and wings. All right. That's it.
Yeah. I'd rather pay for the wings.
I'd rather pay for the wings and get a free pay-per-view. I'll drink my beer and we'll have some fun. Okay.
If they're even doing them anymore.
They're not. I don't think they are. And that's because, obviously the popularity of wrestling went down. But let me tell you something. People talk about the Attitude Era and how popular it was. The ruthless aggression era was pretty much just an extension of the Attitude Era. It kept remaining popular. We went to Hooters between like 2003 and like 2006.
Yeah.
Like 2005 at least. We would go to Hooters every time there was a pay-per-view. It got to a point where they were giving us a full big ass bench table because they knew that, we were going to bring in like 20 dudes that were going to eat some wings and drink beer. Yeah. A tab. And they were the whole place was packed. So yeah, wrestling was popular. It just wasn't like, Rock popular, Austin popular. It was still doing really, really well. And then, it comes in the PG era.
Yeah. That was
still recovering
smacked
from that.
All of us.
We're still recovering from all that.
I'm still trying to learn how to trust again.
We're still learning how to trust again. So on that note, I think we've covered this show. Definitely going to watch this bad boy on Sunday night. And then what do you think? Maybe we'll give a review on Sunday night or Monday night. Either way,
Either way for me, I mean,
if it's not too late,
it's Labor Day, get it out of the way.
I would get it out of the way. So if we can just coordinate the time right after the show's over, or let each other know when we're watching it at the same time, hopefully closer to live than not, then we should be able to record a review Sunday night. So who knows? Maybe if we have our technical savvy up to par, we'll go live, but we'll see. So that's just on that note, going to Micro Center tomorrow, Jonathan.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking of doing a build.
For what? A computer build?
That's right.
Oh, nice.
Like a studio build, something that's reasonable but does the job.
Nice. Very nice. Interface and all that kind of stuff.
That's interface. Yeah. Make sure it's got the good editing equipment. Because the reason why I'm really doing this though is because the memory is starting to crush me.
Yeah.
Our videos, we're pumping out videos. We're talking about how much like gigabytes are like nothing to us anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I have to get like terabyte drives now to store content and things.
That's one thing I definitely have to get is an external hard drive. I'm already like planning. I'm already like shopping around for a nice 4 terabyte external hard drive. But I'm really thinking, what might be time to like also make the transition to actually invest in a nice computer. We got the camera, got the mic, got the everything else we need. Nice computer to kind of seal the deal.
Yeah, man. I had to do it a while back,
Yeah.
Especially with 4K content and all that kind of stuff.
That's right.
It takes a lot of processing power these days.
That's right. So, yeah. Anything else to add, Jonathan?
That's what I got for tonight.
Yeah. I'm going to go back, maybe watch a little bit of SmackDown, have a few more beers, rest easy. Got to watch that Michigan game versus East Carolina.
I could do that, yeah.
I think that's going to end. I think I'm going to stop watching it, though, maybe the first half. Then we'll hang out with my nephew. We'll go to the Micro Center. We'll come back. We'll watch a couple movies, maybe a little what we do in the shadows, and proceed to the pool on Sunday.
Got to get to the pool.
Everybody have a good Labor Day weekend. Enjoy yourselves, okay? Jonathan, you do the same, okay? All right. Peace out, guys. You have a good night. One more thing. Hit that like button, okay? At Bad Guy Wrestling and at Channel.
Don't do it. I mean, for his, yeah.
At Channel Cortez 33.
Like and subscribe to Channel Cortez.
We'll hopefully see you
for more. But
we'll hopefully
here or wherever it's at, wherever it gets put, right here. Don't do that. No.
It's going to be somewhere on the right or on the. I think it's on the left. Yeah, it's on the left side of the symbols. So
don't do that.
That's where you're going to want to go, people.
Yeah, you want to go to his.
His.
Not here.
Both. Hit the like button. We'll see you next time. Hopefully Sunday night after All Out. Take care, everybody. Bye.